Last year, our region welcomed almost 2,000 new babies into the world. As that birth rate continues to increase, so does the number of nursing mothers. The beginning of October marks Breastfeeding Awareness Week, and one thing these new mothers hope to overcome is the barriers they face when it comes to feeding their babies in public. At only 5.5 months, Eli depends on his mom, TRAYCI, for all his food. This is her first child, so breastfeeding is new for the family.
It's a learning process, but I think it's worth doing because the more comfortable a person is doing it, then the more successful the relationship can be.
Together, they meet with this group of nursing moms. Here they swap stories, discuss raising children, and a topic that comes up from time to time, breastfeeding in public.
I have to confess that especially before I had Eli, if I was in a room and I saw a woman's breast or nipple, it does kind of because it's not something that we're accustomed to seeing. It's not normal to breastfeed anymore.
Even though breastfeeding should be the normal way to feed a child, some women feel it's become socially shunned, and more moms are turning to formula.
That is probably part of the problem why moms feel uncomfortable breastfeeding, is because other people give that impression. And so that's why we're just trying to get this communication going, and so that the youth in our society and the men in our society, they're all support people for these mothers.
I've heard stories of people, being slightly ostracized because they're doing it, but really all you're doing is feeding your baby, and it shouldn't matter how you do it or where you do it.
As part of an awareness effort, tomorrow this group of women and babies will be taking part in the Quintessence Breastfeeding Challenge at the Church of Christ. It's an initiative trying to get breastfeeding women around the world to latch on with their babies at the same time. The hope is to promote this natural way of feeding.
Breastfeeding was never like, should I do it or shouldn't I do it? It was just, that's just how you do it, and that's just what I did.
And I just think of it as I'm educating the public, and hopefully the more they see it, the more they're going to accept it as the normal. It is the normal way to feed your child, and we shouldn't have to feel bad about doing it.
And hopefully more moms like TRAYCI, who was unsure at first about feeding Eli in public, can be comfortable providing for their babies in their own communities.
It's really a baby's right to be fed, and the sooner a mother can respond to her child, the better it is for everyone, because if people aren't comfortable with nursing in public, they're probably a little bit more uncomfortable with a screaming baby in public.